So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we want to talk about consistency creating excellence. It's about classrooms. What sort of classrooms do kids deserve at Southern Cross Catholic College? What types of things do we want to achieve in the classroom? Well, the first thing is that classrooms have to be positive. They've got to be places, environments where success can happen. Every class, each moment, every day, there's a consistency about what goes on, and we all know what's happening. The first part of a successful classroom has to be around the notion of the learning intentions, starting the lesson with why. Why are we learning today? What are we learning today? What's the depthing around what's happening today? How does it fit into the grand scheme of things? And with that notion about, well, if I know what we're doing and why we're doing it, then I need to know, how do I know once I've learnt it? How do I know once it's mastered? And that's what success criteria are. We're informed about how we succeed, and that's how lessons start. We've also got to make sure that as learners, we've got this concept that there are habits of success that we can develop in ourselves beyond just content that make us successful in broader life. We can summarize this by talking about the 5 R's. As learners, we want you kids to be resilient. You've got to be able to bounce back when it gets tough. You've got to be reflective. You have to think carefully about what's going on and asking those questions of why. You have to understand and try and work out concepts around reasoning, looking behind what's going on, the mathematics of things, understanding what built up, what was the cause, what was the effect. It's about being responsible learners, about taking responsible risk. And finally, it's about being resourceful, about looking at gathering data through all of your senses to find out answers to problems, about being resourceful, about creating, about imagining, about innovating, about doing things differently. That's what we want you to be. The 5 R's: resilient, reflective, reasoning, responsible, and resourceful. Habits that make you successful. When we're building classrooms, we've also got to make sure that there is grace and gratitude inside the room from teachers and students alike. We are interdependent beings. We work together for a result. Teachers get as much pride out of your learning as you do. We are present to each other and we create one learning community. There's got to be a few rules that allow things to happen, just to make sure that things operate safely. So 2 lines and orderly waiting for the teacher, and we welcome each other into the room. We stand behind our desks to ensure that the classroom is ready for learning, that desks are in the right places, that there's no rubbish on the floor, that we've looked after graffiti or damage so we can work in a great environment. We also want to make sure that books are in classrooms and bags are in lockers. Books and laptops are in classrooms and bags are in lockers. It's about safety. I mentioned technology and about laptops. Technology is one of the most fundamental and most important elements of learning today. Mobile phones, great learning tool. Laptops, great learning tool and resource. Headphones, excellent way to encourage differentiated learning, to have you move out and explore ideas by yourself. But to manage the classroom well, that technology is always used under teacher instruction to make sure that we're flowing through and learning really well together. At Southern Cross Catholic College, we can never forget that all of this is done understanding, remembering we are always in the holy presence of God. And that's the way our classrooms are growing at Southern Cross Catholic College.